It's a situation many families are facing right now. How to make the shift to just one income. Sometimes it's because of maternity leave, or maybe it's the loss of a job. But no matter the reason, it is always a tough transition. Motivational speaker Bob Paff joins us with today's Competitive Edge. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a situation families don't want to be in, but when they find themselves, what's the first step in adjusting to that?
Maybe getting over the shock. The
Yeah.
economy we talked about, right, has changed. Things are never going to go back to the way they were. And so you're finding folks, whether they're professional or just very busy folks, without a job and dealing with that adjustment and dealing with that shift. So first of all, I think it's a mindset.
Okay. Then after that, you need to establish some real roles. What are you going to do now? What am I going to do now?
Absolutely. You know, what I'd say is set the expectations. You always need to clearly communicate, and you need to, as you just said, define those roles. What do I do now? What's my role here, whether it's mom, dad, whoever it is, or even college students. I talk to some folks who, there's purse strings are there to the college students, and how do you define that role? Because you're giving up some independence.
You are, and when you go back to talking about the mindset, that's going to be part of adjusting to that mindset, because one of the things, you mentioned when you sent over some notes to us is that now maybe you have to ask for money, or you have to ask for, something where you didn't have to do that before because it was a more equal footing.
That's right. Patrice, it's about self-esteem. It's about giving up a piece of yourself, and it's also about the person who's in the giving role, giving you that dignity and that respect. And so you have to look at, if you're a quote-unquote household engineer now, and maybe,
I like that.
Maybe you were a professional and you're stepping into this role. I go back to the Lincoln quote, whatever you are, be a good one. It doesn't mean you're going to be doing that forever. You're going to be doing it for now. So what does it look like right now for you to do that? And
you do have to be very clear, I would think, between the two of you of what the roles are. Because if he did the dishes normally and you did the laundry, now is it fair to expect that you will do everything because you're now home?
That's exactly right. And I think it comes back to that final piece, which is the communication. What do you expect of me? And what do I expect of myself, and what am I willing to do, and what am I not willing to do? Because some folks who are on that career track aren't really good at the household engineer part. So that's a real struggle. And
you also say boundaries. When you say that, what does that mean? Expectations, mutual respect, and then you need some boundaries. Yeah,
again, it comes back to what do I want to do, what don't I want to do, what are you going to do? It's the dishes and the laundry, and really set those boundaries. So, Patrice, I can't hold you accountable to something unless we've communicated about it, and we've set those boundaries for what is it that you're going to do, and what is it I'm going to do, and what do I expect of you now that you're home?
Right. Exactly. I was going to say, don't expect that dinner will be on the table all of a sudden every day.
That's right.
Just because
That's
I'm
exactly.
home.
If you've never done it before, why am I going to do it now?
Perfect. Makes sense. All right, Bob, thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, for more on Bob Paff and the Competitive Edge, go to bobpaff.com or call 1-800-833-5150.